The University of Miami diving program was just starting to make a name for itself when in 1973, Greg Garlich arrived on the scene. He was recruited by diving coach Tom Gompf.
Greg Garlich was the first real high school talent that I actively pursued and recruited while I coached at University of Miami. I first saw him compete in a national championship as a senior in high school, and I was so impressed with his ability to do the hard, difficult optional dives, particularly the reverse group, that I went after Greg with all my might, and I pursued and talked him into coming to the University of Miami.
At Miami, Garlich was a three-time All-American, turning in great performances which in turn helped other divers. One of his teammates was Dan Olson.
The best part about competing with Greg and being on the team with him was that even in practice, he gave me something to strive for. Because he was just as consistent in practice, you know. He didn't have a rough practice then go out and have a great meet. He was consistent in practice and in the meets, and I think that carried over, and it made me try and compete with him on a higher level.
Another Garlich teammate, Steve McFarland, went on to become UM diving coach.
When I was diving against Greg, I was always aware of how quiet he was. He was not a very talkative person, and he was somewhat shy. And he would let all of his talking be done, I guess, on the diving board. When I got an opportunity to coach him, I realized that all the time he was quiet, he was actually working on a strategy that really paid off for him in the long run.
I remember sitting in class one day and looking over, and there was Greg with this little paper diver twirled up and practicing dives, you know, at his desk. And he would be spinning this little paper diver around and doing somersaults and then go bloop into the water. And then he'd do it again, you know, and I just remember looking over and going, he likes the sport.
To my knowledge, he's the only diver who's employed this strategy of perfecting probably the most difficult group of dives in diving, the reverse optionals. He would train and train and train on reverse 2.5 and reverse dives, which were the higher degree difficulty dives, to the point where people would automatically know that Greg could do this dive for 9s and 10s, and that strategy really paid off well for him.
Garlich's point totals in competition on the 3-meter board are hurricane records which still stand today.
Greg was a model athlete, a good student, never missed a workout, trained hard, competed well, just a true All-American.
Tonight, entering the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame, Greg Garlich.